Okay. What's up, bitches? We are back with another Oscar predictions video for December. It feels like we should be just right on the precipice of Oscar nominations, but because of this year, it's not, and it's very unfortunate, and it makes me upset. But regardless, we are here with another Oscar predictions. Cool. So, before I get into it, just because I don't like to waste too much time, just a couple quick notes. One, thank you for all the support on the last one. Never expected that many people to watch that one, so that was cool. Along with that, two, please again leave in the comments either your thoughts, whether on these predictions or your own or whatever. I enjoyed reading them all, and I did read them all. So thank you for that, and keep doing that again. Three, I know you guys know this, but these aren't like my predictions. It's just what I am thinking that the Academy is gonna do. Okay. If I think of anything else off the top of my head, I'll let you know. Otherwise, oh man, if something happens between now and when I edit this, I'm gonna be so pissed because my last video came out, or I recorded it a day before Hillbilly Elegy reviews came out. That was very unfortunate. But I think we should be okay. Let's get into it. And once again, the big boy, Best Picture. You'll notice not really a lot has changed. Now, I'm not going to remember off the top of my head what I did for November, but I do remember some. I do know that The Trial of the Chicago 7 was also number one. And look, as someone who genuinely likes the movie, like I really like it, which I know it's kind of a divisive movie now. As someone that really likes it, even I would admit it'd be kind of boring if this movie won. Really, the top three, and I'll talk about them in a second, but if any of the top three movies win, and those are all movies that I do like, all of them in varying degrees, it'd be pretty boring, right? I mean, to me at least, I think it'd be pretty boring. Now, I've heard some people say, man, it really seems like Chicago 7 just came and went. Yeah, I do think so, but I also think that's kind of like the perfect position it needs to be in, right? So if one thing you learn is you never want to be the front runner for too long. Okay, you get like front runner syndrome. Okay, I remember. So Hollywood felt like that last year, and then 1917 felt like that for the majority of it. Right? That's one. Another one, A Star Is Born. Right? People don't even like remember. Like that was like when it came out. That was like, yeah, that's it. That's gonna win like 5 awards. That's another one. And then obviously La La Land. Oh, that one hurts me a little bit, but you see the point. So I can actually argue that Chicago 7 is in a great place to win. And if you know anything about the Academy, I mean, they go for these kind of movies where it's more character driven, right? They don't usually go for the Romas of the world, which to me are kind of similar to the next two. So I believe I had Mank at number two. I moved it. I do have Nomadland at number two now. Now, once again, I don't think this is going to win, but between Nomadland, Mank, and the other movies, they are the most secure for a Best Picture nomination, hence the high placement. Nomadland still hasn't really been seen by a lot of people, so it's hard to kind of gauge the overall feeling of it. But, I mean, how can you argue with TIFF People's Choice Award and the Golden Lion? I mean, it's the most like critically acclaimed movie of the year. It's hard to argue against that. It's just, I don't know. I can't really see people being like eager to vote for it, for Best Picture, especially in a preferential ballot. That thing can be the best thing and also the worst. So for Nomadland, I think it's not going to come in handy, along with Mank. Mank at number three. It's come out. There's been a lot of talk about it, a lot of discourse. Some people love it. Some people absolutely hate it. And I think that would probably show in the Academy. I think it would skew more towards positive. Most people in the Academy you would think are a lover of film or film history. And like I've mentioned in some of my Oscar videos previously, I've already seen a lot of high profile people say how much they love it. So, don't count those out. But like I said, the top three would be pretty boring, wouldn't it? You kind of want something unexpected. So for me, the big question is, what's that number four? And I'm really struggling with that because I don't think you can make a great case for really any of them. But just based on right now and what feels the most secure. Not even they have the fourth best chance of winning Best Picture. That's not how I'm doing this right now. I think One Night in Miami has the strongest push. One, they're backed by Amazon, and they are really going hard this year. Okay, they are going hard for a number of different people and movies. Okay, so that's another thing. Two, it still had the most talk at the festivals when it really came out. I mean, people said Regina King for like best director, right? They didn't really say that for Ma Rainey, like The Father. They didn't really say that for those kind of movies. So I think One Night in Miami is, I guess, the default choice at number 4, but I don't know. I really just hope my big takeaway for Best Picture is I hope at the end of the day it looks a lot different than what it is, because a lot of people, and like, rightly so, because what else are you going to do? We have very similar lists, and that's just not fun. Okay? But enough kind of, not really complaining, but observing there. One Night in Miami at number 4 feels good. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, number 5. So I did a review on it. Check it out. But I think this movie is getting very good reviews, and I think it is damn near a lock for Best Picture, because I think the actors are really going to carry it forward. And I don't know, it feels, it would almost be kind of weird if Ma Rainey's Black Bottom wasn't nominated for picture, but it's in contention to win for lead actor and actress. I don't know, that just sounds weird. And the movie is getting good enough reviews to where I think it'll carry it forward. So I think Ma Rainey's Black Bottom at number 5 is probably a good slot. 6, The Father. Now, oddly enough, if you look on something like, I know this isn't a great metric, but if you look on like Letterboxd, right, for the few people that have seen it, The Father has better reviews by it, like by far, right? Better than One Night in Miami, better than Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, better than Mank, better than Chicago 7. So why is it at number 6? I don't really know. If it's getting kind of better reviews in that regard, you would think it'd be higher up, but for some reason, I feel like the other two movies, One Night in Miami and Ma Rainey in particular, are just stronger Oscar contenders. Maybe because, they be more in contention in the technicals than The Father, but that is kind of something, I don't know, that's pretty interesting to me. And oddly enough, those 3 movies are all plays. So they're kind of all bunched together, kind of fighting it out. We'll see what happens. Number 7, Soul. I'm going to repeat myself a lot during these Oscar predictions, I'm sure. I'm just going to repeat it again. Before COVID, I said Soul is getting a Best Picture nomination. I said it. I felt it in my bones, and this is the hill I'm going to die on, okay? It might not even be that bold a hill to die on, but it's the one I'm going to die on, okay? If I'm being honest, I want to put this at number 4, but I just, I play this conservatively, and I don't want to put my own feelings like above it, right? I don't want to just throw it in at number 4 because I want it to. And look, Soul is getting great reviews. It got great reviews. And it's going to be one of the most seen movies out of all of these movies. Comes out on Christmas. It's going to be on Disney Plus. People are hopefully going to be in a good mood. They're going to watch it. And I think people are going to love it. And I think I don't know. I have a hard time seeing it drop out, if I'm being honest. I think Soul could just go up, right? Soul, it just feels like it's that kind of movie. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm blinded by it, by my excitement of it. But I don't know. I think it gets in. Enough rambling about Soul. 8, Minari. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared for this movie. I hope they don't forget it. It still feels, pretty strong, I guess, in here. But I don't know. I don't trust anything anymore, especially with this type of movie. This is one of the best reviewed movies of the year. I think it's one of the best movies of the year. A lot of people think it's one of the best movies of the year. And yet, I can so easily just see it not getting like anything, right? That'd be heartbreaking. But regardless, if it's a number 8, it's still a very strong movie. Yeah, strong. 9, Judas and the Black Messiah. So on my previous Oscar video, my Oscar talk video, said it is confirmed to be submitted for the SAG. So we'll get a campaign. And just, this is just a temporary replacement, honestly, because if we're talking trailers only, that would win Best Picture. So everyone's really writing on it, hoping that it's just fucking awesome, which I do too. Because, Daniel Kaluuya, one of my favorite actors, if I'm being honest. Looks like he's just going to kill it. Lakeith Stanfield, one of my favorite actors as well. Jesse Plemons, who's fucking awesome. I hope this movie is everything people hope it is. Maybe this is like a sleeper contender to win, Who knows? 10, News of the World. This is a hard one. I already talked about the reviews in that Oscar Talk video. I don't know if I'm underestimating it now or if I'm overestimating it. Like, I don't know if this should be off completely, my top 10, or if this should be at like number 5. Because there's a world where people just eat it up, right? So I don't know. It's a tough call. I still feel like it's definitely in the conversation and a strong contender. So I'm keeping it at 10 for now. We'll see. All right. So, you guys know I do 20 nominees for Best Picture, and then I do 10 the rest of the way. So 11, The United States versus Billie Holiday. By the time I'm recording this, Sundance lineup has not been announced. It will be announced in a few days. I'm hoping to see that name there. And if it's not, I don't know what's going to happen. But United States versus Billie Holiday is there. Seems like it's the next big question mark, right? So we'll just kind of have to wait and see. 12, Da 5 Bloods. I don't know. Is it kind of going up? I don't know. It kind of feels like it's just by default just kind of going up as other movies kind of come out and whatever. But I don't know. I still have a hard time seeing Da 5 Bloods performing really well at the Oscars. So, but regardless, it's still a strong contender for Best Picture. So if you asked me about a few weeks ago, I would say after Da 5 Bloods, we're really kind of out of strong contenders. I don't think that's true anymore. Mainly because, I guess you could say the next two, but really number 13, Sound of Metal. Maybe it's just because it came out on Amazon Prime and people are watching it and loving it, but it feels really strong, and the momentum is really strong for it. Not only for Riz Ahmed, who we'll talk to a little bit later, but really for the whole movie. And I think that'd be awesome, right? I really enjoyed Sound of Metal. Check out my review. Maybe this is a dark horse to get a nomination, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it can ride the wave and land a nomination. I think that'd be very cool to see. 14, Promising Young Woman. Maybe it's just because of the people I follow on Twitter. I'm seeing people just die for this movie. People love it. And you've seen it, especially with, it's not Parasite, but you've seen movies like a Parasite where there's so much passion behind it. Is this one of those movies? I'm still kind of skeptical because I feel like this is still kind of a divisive thing. But if the audience response is anything like what I've seen on Twitter, watch out. That's all I'll say. And then, after this, we're kind of picking at the barrel here. 15, Pieces of a Woman. Yeah, it seems like it's a really well-made movie with obviously great performances. It's just because the Academy is a bunch of babies sometimes. They're like, ooh, it's uncomfortable. I don't want to watch it, or I don't want to go through with it, or I'm just gonna put it lower or whatever. And look, enjoyment is a part of movies. I understand, but whatever. It's at 15. What do you want? 16, Cherry. What can I even say about? Besides Tom Holland, the Russo bros, no one knows anything. But there's still enough behind it that I have to put it on my 20. I have to. 17, Tenet. Once again, with Tenet in the Midnight Sky, if you get a bunch of technicals, it just boosts your chance for a Best Picture. That doesn't mean I think they're going to get it. Absolutely not. I do not think that's going to happen. But it makes them stronger than another movie that might not get it. So, whatever. That's there. The Midnight Sky reviews came out, or initial reactions. Pretty mixed. But I think we can't deny the technicals, so I have it there. 19, The Prom. I'm really just preparing myself in case The Prom wins Best Picture Comedy Musical at the Globes, which is certainly possible. I just watched The Prom. I know I said I was going to review it. I don't even know if I want to anymore. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I'll do it. But or you can just check out my score on Letterboxd, whatever. It's there. And then 20. Look at that. Hillbilly Elegy. Just still there, just having a good time being there. Listen, I can't. I don't know. Well, like, what else am I gonna put ahead of Hillbilly Elegy? It's still. I don't know. Number 20 isn't in the conversation, but it's still like on people's minds, you know. So I have to put it there. Best director. Okay. Now we have a little bit of change. Just a little bit. Not in the top two though. David Fincher, Mank, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland. Do I really need to say more about that? I mean, it still feels right. It still feels right. Even with the mixed reviews on Mank, it kind of still feels like it's his to lose, right? So, that's that. I don't really need to talk about that. So before in November, what I did remember is I had Paul Greengrass for News of the World at 3. That's because I think the movie is going to do well, and he has a great, typical style, right? It's a very directory movie. You can see his hands all over the movie, right? Well, even though I don't think News of the World is out, I think he definitely took a hit because a lot of people thought the movie was decent. It was okay. And I think if you're going to get a Best Director nomination, it has to be a little bit more than that. So who benefits the most from Paul Greengrass kind of dropping? Aaron Sorkin for Chicago 7. I can't really say Chicago 7 is one of the best directed movies of the year, but Chicago 7 is one of the strongest movies of the year for the Academy. So number 4, Regina King. Yeah, I mean, I guess she has the most steam behind her and director. Director's kind of all over the place. I don't really know what to do outside the top, I guess now 3. Aaron Sorkin feels more strong here, so I don't know. But Regina King, it still feels like the right pick at number 4. 5, George C. Wolfe from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. You'll notice 5 and 6, or actually, yeah, 1 through 6 are like my best picture nominees, except Mank and Chicago 7 are flipped. So that's that. Florian Zeller for The Father. Could happen. Lee Isaac Chung for Minari. To me, that would be a great pick if Minari can get in. Minari is one of the best directed movies of the year. That's my opinion. Whatever. I think that'd be cool. 8. Hello, Paul Greengrass, News of the World. You dropped to number 8. Could go up, could go down. I don't know what to think of you anymore, bro. 9, Shaka King, Judas and Black Messiah. And then 10, Lee Daniels for the United States vs. Billie Holiday. Once again, big question marks. They could be great. They could be nothing. They are there for now, though. Best Actress. Oh, look at that. We have a new winner. I'm still kind of going back and forth. I was, depending on the day, you could, my mind would be in 2 different places. But I did it. I have Vanessa Kirby at number 1, 4 Pieces of a Woman. I don't know. She's just going to be so much of a dominating force throughout the whole movie. I think it's going to be hard to deny. So, trailer came out. Trailer looks good. She looks very good in it. Acting wise. Well, I mean, she's also very pretty. You know what I'm talking about. She looks good. I think that's a good bet at number 1 for now. 2, Viola Davis. Still there and still strong, by the way. This is not done. I just think that if Chadwick is such this big presence, and some people see him as the main protagonist, which I kind of do too in a little bit, maybe it hurts her chances a little bit. 3, Frances McDormand, Nomadland. This is you're very good. You're great in this movie, and this movie is great. So here's a nomination. You've already won. You don't need to win again. That's that. That's all you need to say about it. That's all you need to say. Is she capable of getting snubbed? I think it's not a definite no. But she's good. I'm throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there. 4, Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman. Kind of feels strong now. A lot of people had her on the cusp or at number 5 or whatever. She feels kind of strong in there now, doesn't she? So we'll have to see, and I think it'll get boosted when it comes out on Christmas and then eventually VOD like 17 days later, that whatever that Universal deal is. So she feels good in there. 5, Andra Day, The United States vs. Billie Holiday. So because of Amy Adams' Hillbilly Elegy, a slot kind of opened up just in her hands. And she's going to take it for right now. She's singing, okay? And I've already seen some tweets, people saying, you're not ready for Andra Day, which, don't really mean anything because they're just trying to promote the movie or whatever, build up hype. But I mean, I don't know. Look at everyone else. I think she's the right choice at number 5. 6 got a little boost. Sophia Loren for The Life Ahead. Now, Italy did not choose The Life Ahead as their movie. Maybe that hurts her. Maybe it doesn't. But I don't know. It's just she's Sophia Loren, so she's there, right? And it is a strong performance. But I have a hard time seeing her get nominated. But the Oscars do love those foreign movies. Those random ones that pop in every now and then. Maybe she's one of the nominees there. 7, Amy Adams. Hello. You're not gone, but you definitely slipped. God bless you. 8, Michelle Pfeiffer, French Exit. It's kind of funny. The trailer came out, and everyone's saying this looks pretty interesting. It looks good. I'm so interested in the audience score on what's that going to be, whether on Rotten Tomatoes or on Letterboxd, as more people kind of see it, or even Twitter. I just think it's going to be so weird that she won't get it, but she could perform well at the Globes, and that'll probably boost her chance. 9, Kate Winslet, Ammonite. She's Kate Winslet. No one's really talking about Ammonite. I haven't even seen Ammonite yet. But I can't put her off completely. 10, Meryl Streep, The Prom. Once again, this is a safety net for the Globes. I'm just so afraid of what the Globes are going to do. She's there. I can see her getting the nomination for the Globes. Or she's going to get nominated for the Globes. I feel like that has to be. Can she win the Globes? Maybe. But, like I've also said, there's some people knocking at her door for that 10 slot. For the top 10. Particularly Zendaya. Okay. Best Actor. Not a lot has changed here, I guess. But Chadwick Boseman, number 1. What are you going to say? It's a great performance. It would have been nominated or could win any year. Just any normal year, right? Even without his passing or this COVID year, right? And but look, if it's going to be between Boseman and Hopkins, which I think is what it's going to be, I feel like people are going to be more inclined to vote for Boseman. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great performance. And then Anthony Hopkins, like I said, clear number 2. Delroy Lindo, Da 5 Bloods. I still have him at 3. I'm wondering if people are going to just kind of forget him. I hope it doesn't, because I think it's a great performance, but I don't know. It doesn't, 3 down doesn't feel that strong to me. So, but he's in there tentatively at number 3 for now, along with Gary Oldman and Mank. Maybe he's the one that gets snubbed here, but I don't know. It's tough to see. I've seen and read too many things about Gary Oldman and Mank, so I don't really know what to do with them. He's kind of like this slime. You try to get your hands on him and just kind of keeps going around. You don't know what to do. I have him at 4. 5, Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal. This feels like he can just go up, right? It almost doesn't feel like he can go down at this point. He can go up. But I'm still holding off because I'm just like, maybe this is just the initial wave, because it's on Prime. But he feels pretty good. Obviously, he won Best Actor at the Sunset Circle Awards, which I know don't mean anything, but it shows that maybe it's a pattern of critics are going to vote for him. And if enough critics vote for him, he gets on the map. He's in people's brains longer. Who knows? Feels good at number 5. 6, Stephen Yeun, Minari. I'm still kind of upset he's in Best Actor because I think if he was in supporting, he would be a top 3 contender. Maybe even in contention to win, depending on what Daniel Kaluuya does. But he's not. He's in Best Actor, and he's at number 6. 7, Kingsley Ben-Adir for One Night in Miami. I don't know. I can't say it's going down, but it's not really going up either. He's just kind of floating, right? He's just kind of floating. But I do think he has a big chance to go up because of the release of One Night in Miami and Christmas, and then Amazon Prime later. So yeah, I just don't know if people are going to be inclined to vote for him. 8, Tom Holland, Cherry. What do you want me to say? It's Tom Holland, it's Cherry. No one knows anything. 9, okay, so here's where it's a little different. Colin Firth for Supernova. I didn't include Supernova at all on my last one because I wasn't sure if it was going to come out, but it is. So Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci are playing a gay couple, and Colin Firth was confirmed lead. I kind of have to put him in. Some people say it's one of the best performances of his career. I know that's a lot of time just talk, but it's enough talk where I have to put him on, okay? And then 10, Tom Hanks. Even for people that like the movie, it doesn't really seem like it's like a best actor-y type movie. They're just like, yeah, Tom Hanks is like really good. The movie's good and whatever. So he falls all the way to number 10. Okay. Supporting actress. This is where things are pretty different here. With Glenn Close and Hillbilly Elegy, kind of taking a pooper. Taking a pooper, what the fuck? With Hillbilly Elegy, kind of getting shit on by a lot of people. Not everyone, but a lot of people. I don't feel confident that she's the front runner anymore. So who just kind of falls in line next? Amanda Seyfried for Mank. She is getting the most talk out of the cast in Mank, as she should. I think she was the best part of the movie. It's just, I don't know. Are people going to vote for her? And I know that's like a dumb question. It's like, well, that's the question, isn't it? I know, but it's like, is she really number one right now? Like, or are people just kind of putting her there because they don't know what else to do? I feel like it could be that, but she is great. She's kind of electric in it. She's at number one. Cool. 2, Olivia Colman, The Father. If Olivia Colman didn't win for The Favorite, I think she'd be winning this. Yeah, I think she'd be winning it. It's a great performance. It really is. She has a lot to do. She's crying. Okay, hello, she's crying. So that feels good at number 2. I don't know. I don't really get a feel for it because some people, they're like, yeah, like we should give them another Oscar like right away. And other people, it's like, no, you just won, so hold off. Can't really tell. 3, right here, Ellen Burstyn for Pieces of a Woman. Watch out, okay? Watch out. This is my sleeper right here. If you can call her a sleeper because she's in number 3, I think she could win. I really do. I think she can win. It's just that the other 2 have such stronger feelings for it right now, but I think Ellen Burstyn can win, okay? And I'm just going right off the trailer, okay? It sounds like she's doing some shit now, okay? So maybe if I watch it and then she has like 5 minutes of screen time, maybe not, but I hear she has that monologue, okay? And I don't know, she has that like crying voice in the trailer. I'm just saying something's tingling about that one. So my eyes are kept on it right here. 4, Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy. Listen, I've seen some people still have her at number 1. I've seen people leave her off completely. I don't feel confident enough in that to leave her off. I think she's still a solid top 5 choice. It would be kind of embarrassing if she won for this movie out of all the movies she's been nominated for. But who knows? An Oscar is an Oscar. It doesn't say what movie you're from on it. Does it? Actually, that might not be true. I don't fucking know. Whatever. She's at number 4. 5, Yo Jung-yoon for Minari. Kind of feels strong. This top 5 feels pretty good to me in whatever order you want. She feels kind of solidly in there for right now. Now, I know we have Asian Grandma Syndrome from The Farewell last year, but I don't know. This category is kind of weird. So I think she makes perfect sense at number 5. Not as strong a category as it was last year. 6, Helena Zengel for News of the World. I hear she's good. It's just honestly, I don't feel comfortable putting anyone else above her right now as you kind of look down the list. So she's just kind of there as a default number 6. 7, I can't believe she's, quote, this high up, but Maria Bakalova for Borat, subsequent movie film. Look, Amazon is campaigning the shit out of her. So credit to Amazon. And I think it'd be kind of cool if she got nominated, just personally. But listen, her campaign is pretty strong right now, and I think people are still remembering her. So that's good for now, right? 8, this is what I talked about in the Oscar Talk video. Jodie Foster for The Mauritanian, wearing makeup, defense attorney, Oscar. That just sounds like it. The movie could be shit, who knows? And then I'll have to take her off again. But for right now, since we know nothing, I kind of have to put her on. 9, Saoirse Ronan. That's cute. She's sharing the same slot as Kate Winslet for Best Actress. She's at number 9. Yeah, doesn't feel like it's going to happen. Really disappointed because I was really looking forward to Ammonite, and I haven't seen it yet, but just all the reviews are kind of bumming me out. So yeah, she's there. And then 10, and Natasha Lyonne for the United States with Billie Holiday. Who knows? What else? Who else am I gonna put on there? Who else? Best Supporting Actor. Okay. Number 1, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Still feels like he's kind of the favorite, to me at least. I mean, how can you think he's not from that trailer? Unless you just think the movie's gonna be bland, which very well could be. Just feels like, I don't know. Out of all the actors, I feel like, besides like Chadwick Boseman or something, I feel like he's the one that could just sweep everything. Because I'm not even sure if Boseman will sweep everything, but I think Daniel Kaluuya, depending on how the movie is, obviously, I think he could sweep. Just too powerful a performance to pass up. 2, Sacha Baron Cohen, Chicago 7. It's still there. The momentum's still there. And Borat 2, still there. Chicago 7, kind of riding the wave, right? I'm kind of thinking this might be a spotlight situation where everyone's like, okay, Michael Keaton is going to get nominated. This is going to happen. And then it doesn't even happen. So who knows? One thing I do want to say about Netflix, though, in Chicago 7 is eventually they are going to have to narrow their campaign down. If they just say, here are 9 supporting actors, just go vote for whoever, it's not going to end well. They have to narrow it down to at least like 2 of them. And I think Sacha Baron Cohen is just the most obvious choice for that. So he's at number 2. 3, Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami. Another ensemble, but smaller ensemble. And he definitely has the most to do, I think. He's singing. He's arguing. He feels safe at number 3. Okay. Stanley Tucci Supernova at number 4. So when Stanley Tucci was announced, he would be campaigning and supporting, a lot of people kind of threw him in winning conversation. They're like, oh man, like he can win. Maybe he should be the winner. I saw people immediately put him at number 1. And then, oddly enough, like a few days after that, it just kind of died. And some people took him off or put him lower. I think he's at number 4 right now. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie. I assume he's really good. But I don't know. As of now, I can't really see him winning. 5, Mark Rylance, Chicago 7. I don't want to talk too much about the Chicago 7 boys because I've already done it. But Mark Rylance, my favorite performance in the movie. And I don't know, still feels strong. 6, Bill Murray, On the Rocks. This could happen if Chicago 7 just gets 1 nominee, or if Stanley Tucci doesn't hit it right with Academy voters, whatever. Bill Murray's right there. He's very charming. It's just On the Rocks has such a bad audience score, which I'm kind of surprised by. That it could hurt him. 7, Chadwick Boseman, To Five Bloods. I've seen some people put him in their top 5. I just can't see it. I can't see it. And I don't see enough people doing that to where I'm going to do it too. But he's definitely got 7. And then 8 and 9, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Frank Langella for Chicago 7. I'm losing my voice. 10, different. Paul Raci, Sound of Metal. This one, first of all, great performance by Paul Raci. That'd be awesome to see. Can he kind of build some steam up? Depends, right? I think that'd be awesome. Amazon has a lot of picking and choosing to do, but they've seen willing to do it. If they can campaign Maria Bakalova for Borat 2, I think they can campaign Paul Raci just as well. All right, we're going to move along a little bit faster now. Best Original Screenplay, Chicago 7, Mank, Soul, Minari. That feels like a solid top 4. I can't imagine any of those getting slipped. Now, before I had Judas and the Black Messiah at number 5, I switched it to Promising Young Woman and then put Judas at number 6. I just feel like Promising Young Woman, from what I'm hearing, is a little bit more clever a script than I thought it was, or a lot of people thought it was. There's some twists and turns, and it kind of keeps you on edge. So I have it at number 5. And I just talked about Judas right there. 7, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. A great script, in my opinion. I just don't know how, I guess, controversial the movie is. And, the reason it's controversial is because it's about abortion. Just check out the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe that hurts it. Maybe that helps it. Who knows? 8, Palm Springs. One of the most, I don't know. I don't want to say original, but I guess original. And just a fun movie. Cool. And then To Five Bloods is there. On the Rocks. Sofia Coppola. Best adapted screenplay. So number one, One Night in Miami. Probably the most talky movie and the most engaging with the dialogue. I think it makes sense to reward it there. But two is The Father. Also kind of a talky movie, but it also has a few tricks up its sleeve. So maybe they go for that instead. Three, No Man Land, definitely getting a nomination. I had it winning for a long time, but I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine them giving that screenplay, but who knows? We've seen weirder shit. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yeah, I think that is probably going to happen there. And then five, I have the United States versus Billie Holiday. I did have News of the World. News of the World took a hit just because, the movie overall, right? And then seven, we have Cherry. Cherry's just kind of, it's just kind of here every now and then, but it's not too strong, but whatever. Eight, The White Tiger, a Netflix movie, I believe. I saw the trailer. Looks interesting. I forget what I had here before, but it's not here anymore. I don't remember what I had in my last video, but I had something else and I had to take it out. Hillbilly Elegy. That's what I had. I had Hillbilly Elegy. Yeah, get that out of here. And then 9, First Cow. It's there. 10, I'm Thinking of Anything, just because it is Charlie Kaufman, but that movie is so weird. Can't imagine it. Oh man, I need some fucking water. Cinematography. 1 and 2 has not changed. Or number 3, I think. Did number 4 change? I don't fucking remember. Mank. Mank is winning. Mank is winning cinematography. Do I need to say anything else? No. No Man Land. Congratulations. You play second. News of the World. That's one thing I do hear that's still great about the movie, the cinematography. Makes sense. Look at the trailer. Looks beautiful. 4, Tenet. As much things you can say about Tenet, to me, it did look pretty good. I did enjoy the cinematography a lot. I think that'd be a great pick. And then 5, I have Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, just because, I think it's going to get a boost once it releases this Friday. And critics said had pretty good cinematography. Personally, I think number 6, Minari, has better cinematography, but we'll see. Minari's still definitely in there. 7, Judas and the Black Messiah. From the, you're just going off the trailer. Has some interesting shots, has some interesting blocking. I think it'd be cool. 8, The Midnight Sky. It's a space movie, and it looks like it's, well shot. 9, Chicago 7. They would have to over-nominate Chicago 7. And then 10, Da 5 Bloods, because Da 5 Bloods. Best film editing. 1, Chicago 7. So not like Bohemian Rhapsody, which had the most editing, but also trash editing sometimes. Chicago 7 just has straight up the most editing. And it makes sense. That's Sorkin-y vibe. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of edits. 2 is Mank. Has a decent amount of editing, or I don't know. It has some unique editing, right? So I'm thinking of the text at the bottom. Even something as simple as that kind of puts it up above like a normal movie, right? 3, I have No Man Land. If it's a strong contender for picture, you would hope it gets editing. There it is. 4, The Father, which actually does do some nice editing, to keep you like way off balance. You'll know what I'm talking about. 5, Judas and the Black Messiah. If it is kind of like one of those, I don't know, is thriller the right word? But you know what I'm talking about. Those kind of movies, I think that does well for it. Kind of along the same lines as News of the World. You would imagine it's Paul Greengrass. So usually his movies do get something along that line. It's there. And then the rest is just kind of like, yeah, you have good editing. It's there. Ma Rainey has a decent amount of editing. Not perfect editing to me, as I talked about, but it's there. United States versus Billie Holiday. Anytime you hear a singing movie, you just kind of think editing, right? Tenet, it's Tenet, and then One Night in Miami does some things similar, just like that. Best production design. Mank is winning, as it should. Do I need to speak more on that or no? No. News of the World, again, great production design. Yeah. I'm starting to like lose my voice, man. 3, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, talked about it in the review. I do think it has pretty good production design, but it doesn't utilize enough of it, but it's still very good enough that it feels solidly in there. 4, Emma, Anya Taylor-Joy, who has taken over 2020. Congratulations. That sounded really sarcastic. I didn't mean it that way. Like, I like Anya Taylor-Joy. Emma, yeah. It's like one of those period pieces from that person, whatever. Yeah. And then The Midnight Sky, good job. You remember from the last video, it's a space movie. And then you have Tenet, which has a bunch of big sets and everything like that. Don't count that one out. Mulan, I'm kind of seeing all over the place. Could happen. Could happen. The Personal History of David Copperfield. Why haven't I seen that movie yet? I don't know. One Night in Miami, The Father. Yeah. Costume design. So I have Mank at number 1. It feels like a battle between Mank and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So those two are duking it out here. I still feel like the push for Mank is a little bit stronger as of this moment. So staying there. Emma. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. United States versus Billie Holiday. Those pictures kind of leads me to believe it will be a strong costume design contender there. 5 News of the World, same deal. Looks, I mean, what can you say? Looks great. The Prom has a lot of costumes. I don't know if people are going to go for them because, and it's what the movie's going for, but there's a lot of like, glittery like suits, some like weird shit. I don't know. You could say the same thing about Birds of Prey, but, Suicide Squad. And then Mulan is there. Ammonite Saw is good costume design. And then the Personal History of Dev Patel is there. Best makeup and hair, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I think is definitely going to win that. And I think it should. That would be a deserving thing. Fuck, that's what I forgot to talk about in the review. Whatever. It's there. Hillbilly Elegy, yes, they made Amy Adams just looking wild. And Glenn Close in that grandma shit. And then you have Birds of Prey, you have Mank, which, this is the one technical part where I'm not sure if Mank will get in, but still there. Emma. 6, Pinocchio. Watch out. Okay? Watch out. If you see the trailer for Pinocchio, which is very creepy, the makeup does look pretty fantastic. The only reason I didn't put it in my top 5 is because, once again, I don't like to see something new and just throw it in my top 5. I'm close, though, with that one. So, note about that one. Then you have the Mulan, The Prom, and then you have Borat, subsequent movie film. That'd be hilarious. And then Chicago 7. Hello. Best original score. Okay, so it feels pretty good right now that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are going to win. I think, from what I'm hearing, that Soul is their best score of the year. So Soul is at number 1. 2, News of the World from James Newton Howard. Even for people that didn't like the movie, one of the few things they said is the score is fantastic. So it actually leapfrogged Mank, which is still there at number 3. And then after that, to me, it's between the next 3. You have Tenet with Ludwig Göransson, a great score to me, but it is very loud, a lot of booms. Maybe they won't go for it. The Midnight Sky from Desplat. I had it at number 6 because Desplat. Now that the movie has reviews, some people have called it the crowning achievement of Desplat for his scores. Holy shit. Now, I've seen some people say, like, I didn't really notice it that much, but I've still seen so many people talk about the score that I have to put at number 5. I have to. Then you have 6, Minari. That is still very strong. I could definitely see it happening. I just don't know what else would have to get bumped out. I'm interested to see the Midnight Sky. Maybe if I could, if I hear the score, maybe I'll get a better understanding, but whatever. 7, Chicago 7 from Daniel Pemberton. Oddly enough, I think people are actually enjoying the score of Chicago 7, and it's utilized a lot throughout the movie for like the protest scenes and stuff like that. It's there. Hillbilly Elegy, Hans Zimmer and Dave Fleming. I mean, the score is pretty good. Personally, I didn't care for it too much, but I've seen enough people talk about it's low-key great score, so it has to be on the 10. And then 9, Ammonite. Once again, I haven't seen it. I'm just going off other people and my own listening from that trailer, which was very good. Hopefully that is the score. And then you have Defy Bloods for Terrence Blanchard down there. Best sound. I'm pissed. Okay, Mank is number 1. I still have it at number 1. But I don't want to talk about Mank for a second because it sounds like an old movie. It's great. It is fantastic. 2, Sound of Metal. The fact that even if you have Sound of Metal at number 1, the fact that we can't talk about Sound of Metal as this runaway frontrunner that like, oh, it's a lock to win for best sound is a travesty. Okay, it's a travesty. It absolutely should win. I think it would be one of the best wins for the sound category. I think it should. I'm pushing for it. Hopefully it does. And then 3, you have Tenet. it's kind of ironic to have Tenet, a movie where people complain that they couldn't hear anything for best sound, but it's so loud and so much explosions and shit. Feels good there. Then you have News of the World because it's Paul Greengrass. Then you have Soul. Maybe this will be the Pixar movie to come back for a best sound nomination there. And then the rest, yeah, Ma Rainey, a lot of singing and stuff. Midnight Sky, Space, Chicago 7, those courtroom dramas, the protest scenes. Wonder Woman, superhero movie. You can never really count those out fully. Then you have The Prom, Dear, and God Have Mercy. Visual effects, number one, I still have Tenet. I don't feel great about that because, like I said before, they literally bragged about how little visual effects they have, but it still feels like it's kind of theirs. The Midnight Sky, I don't know. I'm kind of confused on why this isn't more of a number one to me just from the trailer. Maybe it's not even that good, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. Wonder Woman 1984. I have it at number 3 just because, I don't know, it feels like they never give it to superhero movies. So, what can you say? Greyhound visual effects are alright, but there's a lot of them. It's basically like almost like the whole movie. Well, because, the overhead shots and they're on water and stuff. It's that. Number 5, holy shit, please happen. That would be so funny to me. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oscar nominated Sonic the Hedgehog. Doesn't that just sound beautiful? Yeah. Number 5. Then you have Birds of Prey, another superhero type shit. Mulan, I don't even think it's that great, but it's there. The Invisible Man, solid. You have to have Mank there just because it's Mank. And enough people have talked about it for visual effects. And then 10, The Call of the Wild with that stupid ass dog. The dog that I don't think looks good. But yeah, it's there. Animated feature. I've seen some people, and this always happens, where it's like, well, if Soul gets a Best Picture nomination or is like a strong contender everywhere else, maybe they'll give it to another. That doesn't happen. People said that with like Up and Toy Story 3. People said that with Parasite, where they're like, oh, it's going to get a Best Picture nomination, so they should vote for someone. No, it's not going to happen. Number 1, Soul. Okay. 2, Wolfwalkers. A very good number 2. It would win most of the time. It's out on Apple TV Plus now. I do recommend it. It's a very good movie. Yeah, number 2. Over the Moon. I am not over the moon about this movie, even though it's Asian. Yeah, but obviously enough people love it where it's obviously going to get nominated to me. 4, Onward, double Pixar. Onward to me is like my number 3 out of this list, I guess. 5, The Croods: A New Age. I did have the Willoughbys on here, I think, but having seen the Willoughbys, at least, not the Croods, I don't know, the Willoughbys is like such a kids movie that I think more adults would be more willing to vote for The Croods, which is like a family kids adventure movie. That's just my opinion. 7, Connected. Who knows if this is coming out? I haven't even heard anything about it, but it's still kind of in there. 8, Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon. I don't know. Those movies kind of creep me out, if I'm being honest. I don't like the look of them. They kind of scare me. But I do hear they're pretty good, so it's there. 9, Earwig and the Witch, that CGI Miyazaki movies from Studio Ghibli. Looks kind of creepy, too. It doesn't really look right. I don't want to tell a movie studio to stick to what they're good at, because who the fuck am I? But I don't know. And then you have Bombay Rose at number 10. Best original song. Who knows? Okay, Speak Now, One Night in Miami, I have number 1. 2, I have Scene from the Life Ahead, because it's a Diane Warren. 3, Rocket to the Moon from Over the Moon, solid. Hear My Voice from Chicago 7, I don't even remember that song. Running with the Wolves from Wolfwalkers, that one I could see. Wear Your Crown, The Prom, I don't even remember that song either. Then you have stuff from documentaries, Miss Americana, All in the Fight for Democracy. 9 and 10, oddly enough, would be like my favorite. I think that'd be hilarious if Wuhan Flu from Borat 2 got in, or if Hometown from Eurovision got in. But yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Best documentary feature. Once again, I am a bad person to ask for this. I've only seen 2 of these, and they're number 1 and 2. Dick Johnson Is Dead and Boy State. To me, Boy State is, I liked it more, but obviously I'm in the minority because Dick Johnson is kind of going off with a lot of people, and it won that one documentary award thing. So that's there. Boy State, totally under control, the COVID documentary. Then you have The Dissident and Crip Camp. But this one is really all over the place. So don't take my word for it. Yeah. And then lastly, I don't know how I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I wanted to wait until the countries actually submitted their film. So best international feature, which it didn't have last time, won Another Round from Denmark. That is going to sweep everything. To me, I think it is. It's from Thomas Vinterberg. It stars Mads Mikkelsen. I did get a chance to see it. One of my favorite movies of the year, hands down. I love it. And then from other than that, you kind of have a bunch of other movies that, I don't want to speculate because I haven't seen them. I do plan on watching I'm No Longer Here from Mexico because I believe it's on Netflix. But I'll just kind of let you take that all in. I know people are asking about India's submission. I think Jallikattu. I don't know. I hate mispronouncing shit, so I don't even know why I did that. But I'm relying on people who have seen some of these movies and other Oscar pundits. I have not seen that movie on the list, on the top 10s, so I'm not inclined to put it on. Who knows? But really, you can just book it that Another Round is going to win. And I feel pretty confident that I say it should win. I would put Another Round in a lot of other categories if it was up to me, but it's not. Okay, that was a lot of fucking talking. My voice is kind of dead. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my Oscar predictions video. Leave in the comments your predictions again. Just, if you somehow are still watching this damn thing, thank you. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.